No one's laughing at the Rebel Golf Live Series anymore. They have successfully attracted some of the world's finest golfers, with many choosing to align despite the threats of losing their PGA Tour membership card. As a league backed by an organization with deep pockets, they have given PGA Tour management something to worry about. With more and more top players switching sides, Live Golf keeps getting serious attention. Even the players still on the PGA Tour have benefited greatly from the presence of Live Golf, with there have been an increase of more than $150 million to players on the PGA, a larger end-of-season bonus, and larger purses if it hadn't been for the Live Golf Series. The Live Golf seems to have some juicy offers for players that they can't get on the PGA Tour. A good example is the $4 million prize money given to Charles Schwartzel for winning the inaugural Live Golf event in London. That's bigger than any amount of money given to a major tournament winner on the PGA. Mind-blowing, isn't it? So, let's check out some of the most surprising moves from the PGA Tour, and who we can expect to see playing at the next Live Golf Series tournament. Many players on this list once swore that they would have nothing to do with Live Golf, but made an almost embarrassing U-turn that has shocked the golf world. Welcome to Golf Links. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel to get updates on new video drops. Of course, this list wouldn't be complete if we didn't start with the man that kickstarted it all, Phil Mickelson. This exceptional golfer was the first high-profile golfer to announce that he was interested in the Saudi-backed tour. So what's the big deal about joining this tour anyway? Well, it is backed by the Saudi Arabian government's public investment fund, and many are criticizing this because the Saudi Arabian government is not seen as being friendly to human rights. So they call it blood money and the government's attempt at sports washing. However, not everyone seems to mind where the money comes from, as there's more than enough cash to convince several players to switch to Live Golf. Phil Mickelson jumped on his $200 million offer, and you can't blame him. For a golfer who earned only $94 million throughout his entire career on the PGA Tour, this is an offer that's difficult to refuse. Almost 3 months ago, some of the best professional golfers worldwide competed at the fierce US Open, just days after the inaugural Live Golf tournament in England. While golf fans enjoyed the spectacular display, one man in particular commanded more attention than others. His name, Phil Mickelson. Another surprising addition to the list is the 2020 Masters champion Dustin Johnson, who first pledged his allegiance to the PGA Tour in February of 2022. At this time, rumors were going around that he would leave for the Saudi Series, but the golfer was very loud about ruling out a move to Live Golf. In his words, Dustin Johnson said that he was fully committed to the PGA Tour and called it the best tour in the world. Well, just 4 months later, the former world #1 did the unbelievable. He shocked the golfing world by signing a Live Golf contract and then announcing his resignation from the PGA Tour as he prepped for his debut at St. Albans. Of course, there were loud and angry reactions, with many fans calling him a traitor. However, most would change their minds if you had a 4-year deal worth $125 million brought to you. Until then, the golfer had earned a little over $74 million throughout his career. When explaining his decision, Dustin Johnson said that the Live Golf Series was exciting and new, and he had to do what was best for him and his family. He has also just won the Live event in Boston, taking home another $4 million and throwing himself a ridiculous party. So, you can easily see the connection here. While golf fans have been up in arms about Dustin, the golfing world had another shocker from Bryson Dechambeau. After Dustin Johnson issued his statement about never leaving the PGA Tour, 28-year-old Bryson Dechambeau followed suit. He wrote that he would continue playing the PGA Tour as long as the best players in the world were on it, and it seemed like this was the perfect statement to keep everyone calm. However, it may have just been a masterstroke statement, as Live Golf continued to attract some of the best golfers until an offer Bryson couldn't refuse was on his table. At first, he turned down their initial offers, but in late June, they had just the right amount of zeros to get him to turn away from the PGA Tour. Bryson Dechambeau has been pretty honest about why he took the decision, emphasizing that it was strictly business. According to the golfer, playing in the Saudi-backed league would give him more opportunities to spend time with his family outside of playing golf, so he didn't mind the chance to have more time and more money. Bryson has been pretty open on his desire to reinvest in Dallas with a multi-sport complex and host junior golf tours, and of course, that will need a lot of money. However, However, he wasn't fully convinced of this decision until he attended the event in London, where everyone looked like they were having a lot of fun. With that, he was sold, and the LIV Golf Commissioner Greg Norman welcomed him to the rival league with open arms. So, what does Bryson's move to LIV Golf mean for the PGA Tour? It's no secret that the American golfer brings a lot of energy to the golf course, and that's one thing golf fans will miss about the player. However, Bryson Dechambeau is not the only top golfer that won't get to be on the PGA Tour next season. The PGA Tour had its biggest blow a few weeks ago when the world number 2 golfer jumped ship. A few days after the end of the 2022 PGA Tour season, LIV Golf again seized the spotlight with the announcement of its biggest talent acquisition, Cameron Smith. Currently the British Open champion, Cameron Smith was reportedly offered $100 million to join LIV Golf and a trip home to play in a sponsored event. That's all it took. So far, he has not tried to deny that money played a huge role in his decision to join the Saudi-backed league. However, Cameron also pointed out that LIV Golf has a shorter schedule, allowing him to spend more time in Australia, a home he hadn't been to in 3 long years. In an interesting turn of events, the 29-year-old Australian and winner of the Players' Championship has also been nominated for the PGA Tour's Player of the Year award. The 2 other nominated golfers are Rory McIlroy and Scottie Scheffler, both players who have expressed their allegiance to the PGA Tour and stuck by it so far. There's a high chance that Cameron won't be winning this award as he's no longer on the PGA Tour, but the votes will determine that. Will the PGA Tour uphold the decision if the votes favor Cameron Smith and present the PGA Tour award to a golfer playing in a rival league they've declared war on? Doubt it. They've already taken away his parking spot at TPC. We can only wait and see what happens next. Despite being brutal enemies that don't see eye to eye, Dechambeau and Brooks Koepka have something interesting in common. They're both on LIV Golf. At first, Brooks Koepka mentioned at the 2022 Waste Management Open that he was very happy on the PGA Tour, and that's where he would be staying. However, it looks like he ran out of happiness only 5 months later, as he unexpectedly changed his mind. The 4-time major champion announced his decision to join LIV Golf just 3 days after the US Open, and he didn't offer any explanation. Later, the golfer only said that his opinion had changed, and he was allowed to change his opinion, even though he didn't specify the reason. Well, it looks like the golfer did what was best for him, as he has once again revealed that he is happy. Meanwhile, this may have a lot to do with the LIV Golf's reduced schedule, which gives Brooks Koepka more flexibility than he had while on the PGA Tour. For Paul Casey, there were ethical issues to consider, as he was a UNICEF ambassador, and it would send the wrong message if he played in the Saudi-funded tournament. However, he deleted his Instagram post where he clarified that he wouldn't be playing at the Saudi International event and released a statement confirming that he would be at the 2021 Saudi International. In his statement, Paul declared that he believed in the Saudis' commitment to their vision for professional golf, which elicited more worldwide uproar from fans.